Good evening, ladies and gentlemen of the HPL YouTube community. I've dropped my controller. We're off to a great start, and I've leaked Arizona State's schedule. We are on fire. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Season 2 of the HPL College Football League. This is the second season we're doing this. Last season's national champion was DBJ in Alabama over DJ in Louisville. And joining me in the booth here today is KU head coach of Kansas, Electric head coach of Miami now, and Joker head coach of USC. So I'll kind of get us started here with the defending national champions, Alabama, who picked up Isaac Brown and DJ Lagway in the portal. I think he ended up with a number 2 class. And he starts off at Jackson, who's returned with Nebraska.
You just switch that.
I switched it.
It was versus. Was it not versus?
I might have accidentally. Yeah, I did. I forgot. I dropped my controller. All right. So versus Nebraska at home, and then on the road against Miami, and then some CPU games. He plays Pablo with Florida. He plays Neo with Texas. Late road trip to Notre Dame with Gary, and then finish off the year back-to-back rivalry games with Zmog and Andrew the God at home. I'm just going to predict 12-0 because that's probably what's going to happen. We'll go around the table. Whoever wants to be second in line can say your prediction.
I'll go, I guess. I think he's going to drop one in there somewhere. I think, he went undefeated last year, didn't he? Yeah, 16-0. So, I mean, to go back-to-back undefeated seasons, obviously he's a great user, he's got a great team, but I just feel like at some point he's going to have some hiccups, he's going to throw some picks, somebody's going to get hot. I would say I'd kind of look at maybe that Miami game early on. New coach, a lot of motivation there. There could be some interesting things happening in Hard Rock Stadium.
All right. Joker Electric, which one of y'all want to go next?
I'll go next. Obviously we try and make sure his schedule's one of the hardest, right? One of the best players. I'm interested. To me, the game. I don't want to take too much time on this, but the game against Nebraska week 0 for me. Jackson's first time back into the league since Syracuse. I just want to see how Jackson will perform against, kind of DJ in that offense.
Dylan Raiola.
Well, to quote Joker from the admin chat, he don't want to see Jackson get 0-2 Kobe'd by Bama. So we're hoping for a good competitive game. Record prediction, 12-0 or 11-1?
12-0.
Okay. Electric.
I think he drops possibly one game, possibly two.
Which one?
Either me or Jackson.
Okay. All right. Down the order we go to the Big 12, Arizona State, the Sun Devils, coming off of a 9-4 season in which they did not make the playoffs. Starting off back-to-back games against the ACC, home against Clemson in the continuation of that home-and-home. Road trip out to Louisville, then Nebraska and the new head coach there, and then Hex in Oklahoma, KU in Kansas, before his last user being Free OHG, and Arkansas. I'm going to give him, I think, 8-4 again. There's a quarterback trouble. 3 of the 4 best players on his roster are quarterbacks, so it's going to be interesting to see how he handles that. But give me 8-4.
Okay, you can go next. You play him.
Yeah. Well, the Big 12 kind of got beefed up a little bit in the off season. There was a few more teams added, I noticed, just to sort of try to balance everything between, all the users we had. I think there was only going to be like 4 or 5 users in the Big 12, but we added a few more teams. So teams like Oklahoma, Nebraska, they got some really good rosters, pretty solid users as well. I think Slick's a pretty solid user. I think I'm gonna give him 9-3.
Oh, that'd be playoffs, I think. I mean,
I
obviously fringe, but
yeah. I feel pretty good. I think he's gonna beat. I think he's gonna surprise people. I think he's gonna beat one of his first two opponents there, both very tough
oh,
teams, tough users. And then probably drops one of the two, maybe both of them between Nebraska and Oklahoma, and probably wins out after that. So
yeah. If you could just scroll down to the bottom of the schedule, and to me, yeah, if you scroll back up to the top, if Slick can go 2-2 in the first four user games, so Clemson, Louisville, Nebraska, Oklahoma. If he goes 2-2, I think he beats. I mean that KU game against Kansas in Week 7. Yes, he's at home, but I consider that a trap game. Um,
mm,
Kansas, depending on the week, obviously the roster's not the best this year, but I think I'll go 9-3. I think I'll go 9-3 losses at Clemson,
Okay.
Nebraska, and then Oklahoma.
All right. Electric.
I'm gonna just agree with Joker. I was gonna say the exact same thing. I think his losses to Louisville, Clemson, and Nebraska. I think he goes 9-3, possibly 8-4 with a loss to Kansas.
All right. On to Arkansas Free OHG, coming off a 5-7 year in the Hogs' first expedition in the Big 12. Starting off home game versus heavily favored Notre Dame, then a road trip to Williams-Brice for the Cox, and then a home game against Syracuse and Heredia. Before you get into Big 12 play, you got to go to Cluca and Tech, got to host Hex and OU, then the road game against Slick, as we just discussed. Rough year last year. I think he bounces back from that. I'm gonna give him 8-4. I think he drops the first two, and he drops the last two user games. I'll give him a win at Texas Tech to get him to 8-4.
I'm gonna go 7-5. I think it's gonna be better than last year, but still think they got some work to do. 81 overall team. He's kind of in my range with Kansas. I think we're probably one of the lowest rated user teams out there. But yeah, it's a tough opening to the season. But I think 7-5 still wouldn't be bad. Get to a bowl game and keep things rolling.
Yeah, I mean, if you could scroll back up to the top, I think, yeah, the final two games are going to be tough. But he did push an electric days with Kansas State. I believe OHG only lost by 2 points that game. So I wouldn't be surprised if he beat Gary in Notre Dame, but I just think Notre Dame, 96 overall team, they're going to win that. So I'm going to say 7-5 as well. I think I think 9-3 is probably the ceiling of this team, but I'm going to go 7-5.
Okay. Face.
6-6, 7-5.
Okay.
Around there, I give him that.
All right. Auburn, a member of the Jules Shaw Club, as they are now deemed.
Yeah.
Coming off a pretty impressive 10-win season in year one. That offense, judging by the ratings, going to need some work. But starting off with a road trip to Ohio State and the home game versus USC before the conference schedule hits. Got to go to Texas, get to host Florida. Skipped over that UNC game. He gets a mid-season non-conference game against the Tar Heels, and then going to Bryant Denny for the Iron Bowl this season. I will give him 9-3 here. I think it depends on how he shows up against Texas and how he shows up against Florida to whether he makes playoffs or not.
Yeah, I mean, kind of got that week 3 game circled. That's going to be a fun one. I think that could be like a low-scoring game. Auburn's got a really good defense. That'll be an interesting one. I think if he's able to get through, those first two user games, the back end of the schedule is pretty difficult. You got Alabama, Florida's going to be better this year with the new user taking over, Texas, and North Carolina's not, a slouch either. So I kind of like 9-3.
Yeah, and to me, I feel like the week 3 game. If he can, obviously, I don't think he's going to beat me. I feel like that's just disrespectful to say. But if you look down, a 9-3 Auburn would make the playoffs, right? They were 9-3 this year and we're 12. So if you just scroll down, to me, if they could somehow, right, DBJ has stated that Auburn kind of, without those 3 kick return touchdowns, that probably would have been a different game. If he can somehow win one of Texas, Florida, and Alabama, he will make the playoffs, assuming he wins out. But if you lose all 3 of those games and then possibly lose against a North Carolina, lose against a USC, lose against an Ohio State, then I think we'll see some cracks. But I think he'll go 9-3, and I think he beats Texas.
I say for me, looking at what Andrew did last year, it was pretty impressive. He had a bit, he had some mistakes that he had. He lost to the CPU, so that's how he even got to this situation of even missing the playoffs. So I got him going somewhere around, 10-2, or somewhere that's high up on the board. If he can just lock in and play every game like it's serious, he can be a real contender for the SEC championship.
All right. Well, up
Do you want
next
to break down your own
is the
schedule?
Clemson Tigers. Yeah, we have a road test against Arizona State week 1 before the big showdown with Georgia week 2. We were just tired of the smack talk, so we just said if you're going to talk about it, be about it.
Right.
You'll see why Georgia is on here later. And then a game against Syracuse, and then Tulane before DJ has to make the trip to Death Valley again, which I'm sure he'll be happy about. Then we got Williams at home, Electric on the road as the last conference game, and then our Palmetto Bowl we get to host this year against Carolina. I'm going to put myself at 12-0 because I'm going to vote on myself, but I'm sure that the guys will disagree. So I'll let them talk about it.
Well, Tigers, definitely the no excuses club this year.
Right.
99 overall defense. I looked through some of the preseason All-Americans. Pretty much it was a lot of Clemson on the defensive side of the football. So definitely not expecting them to give up, more than 30 points in any game this season. They're that talented. So the coach just needs to do a good job with them. But yeah, that the end of the schedule here is sort of the toughest, right? Especially Miami and Louisville. I think early in the season it's somewhat manageable. I think he beats Georgia, but I think that Arizona State one is an interesting one that I wouldn't overlook. But I'm gonna give him 10-2.
Oh, okay. I think I'm going to give him 11-1. I think he splits Miami and Georgia. I'm not too sure which one. Obviously, I think playing on the road against Miami is going to be tough, but I just think week 2, 99 overall defense. We'll see Mason's overall when we get to Georgia. It should be coming up pretty soon, but I'll go 11-1. And I think they are representing the ACC in the title game.
Yeah, and I just got to disagree with Joker, right? As I think Clemson, they make silly mistakes sometimes, and that's what costs them each game. We broke down a lot of stuff that he misses out on, and just having to open up vision and playing better defense with the type of team. So now with the 99 overall defense, we just hope the best for him. I think he loses that Miami game and also lose the Georgia game. The reason why I'm saying the Georgia game is because of the overall. The overall of 99 straight across the board is the first time we ever had a user have that. I'm from for sure, but yeah, I think that's the reason why Clemson would lose that game.
Okay, well,
One thing to point out as well, quarterback Bryce Underwood,
Bryce Underwood,
yep.
yeah.
88 overall. So got the transfer
Can't
from
really throw the ball, but yeah.
Michigan.
99 throw power.
Yeah, little baby Mahomes. All right. Well, I'll let you just spoiled our secret that we were going to reveal at Georgia's schedule, so just to ignore that fact for two more. Duke, G. Steezy, starting off against his favorite team, and then he starts off his user schedule with a road trip to Lubbock to face Kluka. Then he gets a road trip to the Dome in Syracuse to play Heredia, and then a road trip to Louisville to play DJ, and then his final game is Miami at home. I'm going to give Duke. I think I'm going to just looking at the schedule, I'm giving him 10-2. And I think this Miami loss is what eventually does him out of the playoff because let's be honest, the schedule is not looking the greatest. And if you don't make the conference title with this schedule, I don't think the committee is going to favor you over a 9-3 fringe team with a better schedule. So I got 10-2 and a nice trip to the Pop-Tart Bowl for the Blue Devils this season.
It's the bowl the Kansas Jayhawks won last season, so not all bad. You get to watch the Pop-Tarts do
You
a
get to
little
choose the
dancey
flavor.
dance.
What was the flavor we went with, by the way?
I don't know. I didn't get to choose it, but I'm pretty sure it was just strawberry.
Oh, that's
If I had to
boring.
guess. Yeah, I think that's like the most popular
You would go,
Pop-Tart flavor.
if it were I would have gone s'mores or cherry personally, but I got to make the Pop-Tart Bowl.
Yeah, I mean you might this season. We'll see. Um,
Right.
so yeah, I mean I think he's able to handle this first part of his schedule here. I think it's all gonna sort of come down to those last 3 games really. They had a very good season last year. I that North Carolina game, it's rivalry game. Anything can happen. I guess we haven't seen North Carolina's schedule yet, but that might be one where North Carolina's just looking to rip the hearts out of their arch rivals.
Much like Coach K's finale.
Yeah. I'm gonna I think I'm gonna go 9-3 just to be safe, but I could definitely see 10-2.
Yeah, I can see 9-3, and I feel like I don't know. I feel like the two losses. If he is, I'm gonna go 10-2. I think the Kluka game early on in the season, yes, it might sound like crazy,
Road
but
game too.
Kluka. I mean, I believe the Texas Tech overall is very similar, so I could see a possible loss here. But to me, he might be 10-0 if you scroll all the way back down, up to Louisville, North Carolina, Miami, and I just think the losses. I don't think he's going to beat Louisville. I don't think he's going to beat Miami, and I think those two losses might just drop him out completely. He might be top 10 ranked for Duke up to this point, and then just losing 2 out of 3 games in the final 3 weeks with playoffs coming around the corner, I just think will hurt him, and he'll miss the playoffs, unfortunately. He might be 15, exactly where he is now when it comes to that point.
Yeah,
Okay,
and I believe with Duke, overall gets a bit better than last year, so that's a plus for him. But playing against Miami, Louisville, in the back end of the schedule, not really good. But he do have a chance at the conference championship because it's Miami, Louisville, and Clemson all can have like 2 losses, so in the conference. So I give him 9-3.
Okay. Go down to the return of Pablo Escobar to the Swamp and the Florida Gators. kick off the season week 1 against Louisville at home before another home game against in-state rival Miami. I'm sure that rivalry is going to be completely civil and non-toxic, as it has been in years past. And then a road trip to David Booth to play Kansas. Then first user in conference is at Texas. Then he does get a home game, but he has to play Bama. Home game against LSU. The world's largest outdoor cocktail party against Georgia, which is a neutral site. Then a road trip to Jordan-Hare, and then South Carolina at home to finish off the schedule, barring that
And this is
CPU
not.
game.
This is the toughest
This is
schedule I've
not.
seen so far.
This is. I think personally, I think Texas. I think maybe with the removal of Nebraska, I was going to say, but
Yeah.
I think. The scheduling committee, right, did not do him any favors with his SEC matchup, right?
Right. I'm gonna
Got a lot of
go.
home games towards the end, though.
I'm gonna go 7-5. I think
Oh,
losses. I think losses to Miami, Texas, Bama, Georgia, and Auburn. Put him there.
I don't think
7 and
that's
5.
crazy, honestly. I mean, the overalls there, like the team's very solid. Obviously,
Yeah.
they went 0-8 last year, but not going to do that again. I it's there's really no like point in the schedule where you can sort of just
Breathe.
let up. Yeah, you can't breathe at all here. You could really, if you scroll all the way down, like every single user on here is a potential loss. So there's not going to be any easy ones really. I think he's going to be able to do enough though. I'm gonna give him 8-4, just because I don't know. I got to believe in Pablo, and I think 8-4 would be a pretty stellar season against this just murderer's row of opponents.
Yeah. One thing I will say is Pablo has a bad tendency that if he feels like he doesn't have a chance at a natty, he kind of just doesn't take it seriously, stops playing, stops getting on, stops recruiting. If he isn't 4-1 after week 5, I think honestly he's just going to hit the course. He probably will stick around to troll DBJ because those two have a weird little rivalry going on.
The
But
Wildcat, yeah.
if he's not sitting at
He might just stick around for that
if
game.
he's
Like,
three
that's
and
his Super
if
Bowl.
he's 3-3 after week 7, I don't think he's taking it seriously, and we could easily see him drop the rest of his schedule just off of not getting on and playing. But if he plays out the whole season, 7-5 is my prediction still.
Okay, yeah. I see. I think he beats DJ. I just think the overall difference is going to matter in that game, the Miami game. If
Be a very
he
telling
beats,
one.
yes, and I think if he beats Electric, then I think he beats Neo in Texas. And Texas is going to be rough,
We're
but
sitting at 5-0 going into this one.
yeah. And then if he's 5-0 at this portion, or even one loss, then if he loses here, and then I think he could win out. I could at LSU, Georgia, Auburn, and South Carolina. I could see 4 wins, but I could also see a loss against Georgia at Georgia. I think that's
Well,
going
it's
to
a
be
neutral
tough.
site.
Oh, it is okay.
It's in Atlanta. For some reason, the game does not put the Florida Georgia game in Jacksonville anymore. I don't know why they stopped doing that.
Oh, okay. I'm going to go
They
9 and
stopped that
3.
in real life too.
Oh, well, that's gay. No offense, KU. Electric.
Yeah, I agree with y'all. He has a lot of like what ifs, but he also is what I would like to say is out of his prime of being good in the game, and
Mm.
I would put him at 8-4
Oh,
because he talked a lot about his team and how he
talked a
had to
lot about
build
no
it up. And
championships. Right.
he talked a lot about his team and how he had to build it up. So it's like
Yeah.
you, it really doesn't matter about the team the user needs to be a lot better because he thinks he's the best user or one of the best. So I have him at 8-4.
I think everybody in
And
here
how
has him
State
going
Yeah,
out of
yeah. I
championships.
don't
I'm
know
pretty
if
sure.
that was unnecessary. Um, I don't
Actually,
know
that's not true at all,
if
because NASCAR.
I don't
Oh,
know if I don't know what Joker's saying. I don't know if it's just maybe the fact that I'm not an Austin Simmons believer. Um,
Mm.
Transfer from Ole Miss, going to be their quarterback this season. But yeah. Well, here we are to the grand reveal that Electric messed up 2 teams ago. Georgia has landed a 99 overall roster. This is bar none. I know we can talk about Bama with Brown and Lagway. We can talk about Clemson with the 99 defense. This is the best roster top to bottom. So, therefore, we thought, oh, maybe the scheduling committee and conference will give him tough teams, which we'll see in a second. But starting off, non-conference goes to Autzen, the Autism Bowl that is the Oregon Stadium, and then a home game against Penn State in Bales, and then a road trip to Clemson Memorial. And starting off the conference schedule with Steelers boy, and then a few CPUs, gets the game against Florida, gets a late season showdown with Tennessee, and that's it. So I'm gonna be honest with y'all. He could go 0-3 in these first 3 games, win out, and make the playoffs. But I don't think that's what's gonna happen. I do think he gets Bales. I'm gonna go 10-2 with undefeated in conference play and a showdown with Bama in Atlanta.
well, it's funny you say that because as soon as this started, I was thinking he is going to go 0-3. I don't think he wins any of those first 3 games, but I think he wins out, and I think that's enough to make it.
So you think he beats, if you scroll down, you think he beats
Florida and
Pablo?
Tennessee. Yep.
Oh. Yeah, and that to me is the reason why, obviously everyone's wondering, like, why are the first 3 games really tough? I mean, look at the SEC kind of poll that he got. He didn't get LSU, he didn't get Alabama. He's kind of, not to be mean, he's kind of owned McCard in that essence that if he wins the 2 of the first 3 games, if you scroll back up,
This is a
all he
revenge
has to
game, by the
do
way. He did lose at Oxford to the CPU last year. Just want to point that out.
all he has to do to me is win. If he wins 2 of these first 3 games, he's in the playoffs, regardless of what he does against Florida or Tennessee. If he wins 2 of the first 3 games, then I think he's in. I think he's in no matter what. I'll say 9-3.
What do you think of that Week 9 game?
I don't know what the Week 9 game is. Oh,
I
Mississippi
think
State.
that might be another upset. Maybe he just can't win in the state of Mississippi.
Will there be a certain somebody on the field after that game, perhaps?
Maybe.
Yeah, and I think the Week 2 game, I mean, that's just kind of where all the chips get pushed to the center of the table.
That's his Super Bowl,
Mm.
definitely. It's the hardest game
And
on his schedule.
you wonder, right?
Yeah.
But I think 9-3.
Okay. Electric.
I was gonna say the same thing. I'd take 9-3.
All right. Mason Pope and the Georgia Bulldogs.
Oh,
To the Kansas Jayhawks of Coach Ryan here, KU. Starting off week 0 with a trip to the Coliseum. Somehow, in some weird way, there's a group of users who always seem to play each other, and Joker and KU always seem to find a way to play each other. So they keep the tradition alive, and then another 2 guys who always seem to play each other. Ty makes the trip to Kansas this time in week 1. DJ will make the trip to Kansas week 3. Pablo in week 4. So Kansas with some big opportunities early in the year to make some statements at home, and including their week 6 game against Nebraska. They have a road trip to Arizona State week 7, and then they don't get another user until the season finale against old man Brinkerhoff and the Texas A&M Aggies.
Week 11 game.
Yeah, the week 11 game, no longer a user. How does that make you feel, KU?
Seems like he's ducking. Just
All
didn't
right.
want the
He ran
swing
from
game.
you.
Yeah, he
You
ran
didn't
for
run from him.
Kansas. What KU
Couldn't be
out?
me.
KU lasted in the state of Kansas. All right.
Yeah. I
I'm
mean,
going to go.
Well, here first, let me just break it down a little bit. Let me give everybody just a little bit of insight into this Kansas team this year, right?
okay.
So, we lost Jalen Daniels, tough. He was, our Superman really last season. We had quite a few key players transfer out, a lot of running backs, a lot of wide receivers. We're pretty thin, I would say, linebacker corner. But we did get a few nice pickups in the transfer portal. I think it's going to be kind of it could be kind of a committee this year at the quarterback position. We have a really good pocket passer and we have a really good scrambling running back. So I think depending on the opponent, we might switch things up, switch some of the game plans up. So, I think we're just going to have to, especially with
Okay.
all these tough opponents we have on the schedule, especially early on. I think we take care of business those first 2 games there.
Oh.
I think, yeah. I feel good about both of those, and then
News to me.
there's a couple tough games here. I think we can beat one of either Florida or Louisville, and then I think we can beat one of Nebraska or Arizona State, and I think we should be able to take care of Brink. So I'm gonna be optimistic. We went 8-4 last season. I think we just rally together, and I think we can pull off a 9-3, and we wait and see what happens.
All right. Well, I'm going to go polar opposite of that because it seems like every time I say Kansas, I get on here, I sing their praises. I say, watch out for Kansas. Dark horse Big 12 contenders, dark horse playoff team. They don't do so hot. But in the year that he was able to beat Electric and make some noise and almost make the playoffs, I didn't say nothing. So as my gift to you, Mr. Ryan, I'm going to give you some good juju, and I'm going to predict you go 6-6 and
juju.
have a disappointing season. And so that way, maybe we can see if the commentator's curse can do the opposite effect for you.
Right.
Okay.
I mean, yeah, I think you just look at the first 7 weeks. There's 6 user games. Oh my gosh. There's
Look at all the
6
home
user
games though. Like we got 5 straight home games. The Booth's a tough place to play now.
I mean, yeah, but I think at best with those 6 user games, you're looking at best 3-3, 2-4. I could see 1-5. I think we're gonna go on this. I think a 2-4. I think the 2 wins are Slick and then Ty. So then if we scroll down, I think he wins out, right? I don't think he plays another user. I mean, KU has tended to lose at least one CPU game, right? Am I right or wrong with that one?
Yes, didn't happen last season, but we've been known to drop one of the CPU.
Yeah.
But
so I would say
I can just use my power and talk to the higher beings in the HPL admin chat, and I might get a free win there, since that seems like that happens now sometimes. So.
Yeah, everyone does get a free CPU win. They choose to use it. If not, then
So everybody's at least 1-11 essentially.
Yeah, right. So I think I'm gonna go 7-5 with KU. And then yeah.
All right.
Let me see, like 8-4, 9-4.
It seems like we're playing
there.
2K because we're not really fully focused on this game, right?
Me, I'm focused.
Yeah,
And I'm looking.
focused.
And we got.
Oh my God! Why?
Yeah, what was that, Joker?
If you see the comment made in the college football chat, you will wonder why.
Wow.
Why?
Barking up the wrong tree.
You just gotta get what you gotta get. Yeah.
What? 9-3? Is that what you just said?
He did say
What?
9-3.
No, I said 9-4.
Well,
There are 12 games you can play.
There's 12 games.
yeah,
Wow.
Okay. You know what?
Hmm.
bro. Electric. What are we
Wow.
doing? Are we playing 2K?
To
No.
just
Do we need to invite DJ in here?
Yeah, I think I
Because
was agreeing to that.
Yeah, we'll just bring him in.
Dewan, hey buddy, if you're on, just tag me in the Discord.
Well, he's watching the stream.
Yeah, it has to be.
isn't he's up next, isn't he?
I think so. If you
Yeah,
would
there is no
pause
Kansas
with
State.
us real quick, if we could get him added into the chat.
Terrible, God help you. Up and DJ's calling. I'm not answering.
Well,
You
if
will
you could
get
get him
online.
added to the party.
Yeah. Of course, I get called. Why couldn't I live watch right?
Yo, why else they say that about him? Though? That's
But
crazy.
one thing I wanted to kind of say is we're halfway through the schedules as we give DJ some time to get online. But
There we go.
just my God, he's appearing offline too. But I was gonna
He
say,
thinks he's big,
but we'll
big and bad.
let DJ get to his schedule before we announce the next thing.
So the first 3 games, okay, Florida. It's going to be a tough game. Okay, we get the game against Arizona State and Kansas, so get 2 ranked games. It's good to see. Get the rematch against Electric later in the year. Oh, and then that 4-game slate. Wow, it looks like we're playing a lot of ranked teams this year. Honestly, this is either 10-2 or 11-1. I think Electric will beat me, and then Hail State is a 50-50 game. I think that's what it is.
Okay. Well, I'll kind of tend to agree with you, although I do think your overall causes you to drop a Duke or an Arizona State. So I'll give you 9-3, fringe playoff, and you sneak in and have a road trip to like Sanford Stadium. So, who's next?
Can go to me last.
You know, I think that I don't think he should overlook that first part of the schedule there. I think it's tougher than what he might think it is.
Then what the naked eye might tell you?
Yeah, I would just be wary about that, and then obviously some big conference games down the road. If you could just scroll down. Yeah. You know, doesn't have Isaac Brown this year. That's gonna be
Or
a
Duke
challenge.
Watson.
Yeah.
Duke Watson hit
Uh,
the unemployment portal. He's not playing anywhere.
Definitely
That's
has
weird.
a few things
Hold on.
to fix going into the season. I think there might be some struggles here. I don't know how much. I think Louisville was pretty far down in the recruiting as well. I'm gonna say 8-4.
Okay.
34. Okay. 8-4.
Hey, Big Black Daddy, it's your turn, right?
All right, bro. Yeah, wrap it up. Alonzo
Did you call?
Barnett.
Did you call me?
I mean, that's what he calls you.
I don't call him
I
that,
mean-
but okay.
What did DJ say for his schedule?
You said
11-1,
10-2 at
10-2.
worst.
At worst.
At worst.
I think at
okay.
worst this is 6
I mean,
and 6.
no, I didn't say at worst. 9-3 is at worst.
Oh, so we just tapped. Okay, so we
I
play
said
Florida.
8-4, so
I think we get throttled by Florida. 81 overall team. That's gonna make it.
Possibly
Throttled.
lose to.
That's an interesting adjective.
I think we lose to Miami. I think we win the next 2. I think we lose to Miami. Keep scrolling, please. And then I think we play Clemson. And I think this is 9-3. I can't even see an 11-1 ceiling with this overall because we just need to recruit a little better. There is no however. This is
We
not.
forgot that I made the Natty with an 82 overall team. So
But see, that's the thing.
But who's on?
We don't have. We have 99 overall teams.
We don't
now.
have the
Look,
halfback stretch, halfback angle screen cheese that is Mr.
Ivy
Brown.
Brown is.
Jalen Buckley, you will save us.
Don't.
You're gonna have to show us.
You're gonna have to put a little more talent, a little more creativity into the play calling this season.
Halfback number 6, Jalen Buckley. It is your time. Alonzo Barnett, it is your time to shine.
Okay, well, I was about to say, I do think if he can kind of run some option with Barnett, speedy little quarterback out of JMU, I think he has potential to be a 10-2 team. But if he can't figure out the offense, then there will be some struggles. As we move on to LSU.
Quickly before we switch on, do we need to talk about what happened towards the end of that game against Clemson last year?
LSU, the Tigers
the
of
Mickey.
ZMOG. Hey, if you're in the mood to beat
We are
DJ,
still
onside kick
here.
it. Oh, you're still here now. Okay, what are you predicting for Louisville?
8-4.
All right, LSU.
Yeah, he'd just be capping. All right.
Home game versus Oregon to start off the year, then a home game versus Tulane. Actually, really cool. Little
okay,
trophy kind of there. Well, not really a trophy, the flag they play for. Then a road game against the Cox, road game against Miami mid-season, and then a road game against Florida, a road game against Bama, and a road game against OU to end the season.
Who did this schedule?
That would be always Joker. So you can direct your comments.
Is that 6 straight?
Towards
five straight road games?
That is 5 straight.
Damn.
You know, I think we make an adjustment. Yeah, I feel better about that. It depends on what ZMOG we get. I feel like we've been saying this year in, year out. Dorm room ZMOG is a 30-point blowout, but locked in ZMOG is a really tough game who can beat anybody in the league. So, to account for this, I think he goes 9-3.
Yeah, and I'm not exactly sure what their roster is looking like this season. I know last season they had a lot of big weapons on the outside. They got a 94 overall offense, so probably still fairly good in that department.
Who's unzipping something?
Oh.
Okay. You need to stop.
Definitely some tough games in here. Let's see, went 9-3 last year. It looks like. I think that's kind of about what we're looking at again. I think, like you said, if he's locked in, I think 9-3 with this schedule is certainly doable.
Yeah, and I mean, I think he beats Oregon. I think he starts it off right. And if you just scroll down, I think he starts off 5-0, and then the Miami game. Does he play Bama this year?
He does.
I can see 9-3.
Florida.
I can see 9-3 because he plays all the tough teams on the road: Miami, Florida, Bama. I think 9-3, and he still makes the playoffs.
Electric.
Yeah, I agree with Joker. 9-3. Big Monk Man.
Big Monk Man, okay. Speaking of Big Monk Man, here he is. Miami.
Yeah,
Electric, moving on from his beloved Kansas State Wildcats.
Might as well just let me take over right
His
here.
fandom
Okay,
lasts
let's
1 year
let
long.
Electric break down the schedule.
What is their record in real life, by the way, the Big KS?
If you don't know, after their recent gut-wrenching loss to Arizona, they currently sit at 1-3.
And they're lucky to be 1-3.
Yeah, Avery Johnson legacy drive against the football powerhouse of North Dakota.
This makes you wonder.
Can you just
With
go
all
to the
this said,
Miami schedule?
Here are the Canes. And
Like
Manny
Lord,
walks
I'm
in his
just-
room.
And you just have to mute his mic.
Can we get Manny's prediction
I'm just
for
in
Miami?
college, that's why. He is not here, actually. It's just my roommate.
Oh.
I just believe
Shout out,
that
Manny.
this is a
Well, let's scroll all the way
11-1
down first.
season at most. Yeah, we got Bama, Florida, Penn State, LSU, Clemson, and we got Duke, and you already see all the users that we have in the CPUs in the conference games. I think, me personally, we are going to switch between QBs. There's 3 QBs I'm going to be using throughout the whole season, so everybody's going to get a taste of each QB. Um,
I want the whole
I
road.
would say I would say 11-1. High
Oh my
ceiling
goodness.
if I sit here and lock in and play some LeBron James type play, then I say
Oh,
12-0.
notice how you didn't say some Steph Curry type play.
Hmm.
Curry's still my
Got
favorite of
him.
all time. The greatest player
Okay.
of all time is
Anyways.
still LeBron James.
Anyways.
Yeah,
We're gonna be here for 5 hours if he gets going like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. There you
I'm
go.
going. I'm going seven and
Curry is the
five.
greatest player of all time.
I'm just kidding. I'm not going 7-5. I'm trolling. I'm trolling. I'm going 10-2. Losses to Bama
With
and
wh-
Clemson.
Hmm. Okay.
You
KU.
know, I kind of said this earlier with, I think I think Bama's one loss could come week 1. I think, um,
Unless we
you
just do
know,
a little bit of this.
oh, well,
I'm not doing that.
I think he'll be able to get Pablo. I think that Penn State one's gonna be really tough. At Beaver Stadium. I think he gets Louisville. I think he beats LSU. What are last two? Clemson. Mm, 10 and
Can we
2.
just
10 and
can we
2.
just knock out a 12-0? That's just not happening,
10 and 2.
right?
Okay, Joker.
I'm just gonna knock out undefeated's not happening. It's not happening. I made that at Penn State,
That's a
right?
dangerous game.
That's a dangerous game
Close to home
on,
for him.
on the road against a good user in our bills. If you could just scroll down, I think if anyone else in the league had the schedule, there's no guarantee they even win 4 of those games. I think he beats LSU. I think this Clemson game at the end is going to be who
Who wants it
wins the.
more?
For his playoff life, maybe?
I don't maybe, but it depends on. I'm gonna say 10-2 to be safe, but I could see 8-4 as the floor 8-4. The ceiling is 10-2.
All right.
Mm.
Well, from the worst player in the league to the best player in the league, Ty Racing and the Michigan Wolverines coming in at a 90 overall this year. They start off a road trip to Kansas and a road trip to Oregon, and then a home game against UNC. Get a home game versus Oklahoma, home game versus USC, on the
Oh,
road
jeez.
against his
Oh,
good
I have
buddy Dead
another.
Dad and UCLA, and then back-to-back road trips to Penn State and Ohio State to end out the season. Yeah, he did manage to go 7-6. It seems like last year he kind of got out of his habit of losing a CPU game. So I'll give him all his CPU games this season. I'll go 5-7.
Wow.
They have 7 user games. Yeah. I guess they got to find a new quarterback, right?
Mm-hmm.
The overall is certainly there. It's just the question of whether the user's head is on straight and he's making logical decisions, which doesn't always happen. I think I'm gonna be nice and give him one. I don't know which one of the user games. It's not gonna be the week 1 game, that's for sure.
I think it's
But
two.
I
I
think he
think that's
gets
the North
one
Carolina.
somewhere. I think he could beat North Carolina at home. But yeah, I think 6-6. I think if he gets to a bowl game again this season, he's got to be happy. So
Hooray, right?
And I have to agree. I think the only win. I mean, I could see Ty beating KU with the overall difference, but I just think I could see there's been lapses in that Michigan offense, right? And now they don't have Bryce Underwood anymore. I'm not too sure who their QB is or what his abilities are, but if you could just scroll down. Oh, it just doesn't get pretty. I mean, I don't know what's the easiest matchup out of these last 4 games
This
in the
one.
Big Ten.
The
Probably tie. I mean, yeah, probably UCLA, right? I'm gonna have to go 6-6
Yeah.
generously.
Okay. Phase at
Electric.
your cue.
I got 6-6.
Okay.
I think he wins it. Yeah. I mean,
I
He
don't.
just says whatever joke he
yeah,
says.
we're about near the. I
I
think
think we
he
should
might
have.
can get a couple user games. He might win about.
Let's bring in a special guest.
He might win about 6 or 7 of them.
Let's bring in some special guests just to kind of liven up this thing we got
We
going
have a
on.
special guest.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
I got with Michigan going 4-8.
You just said 6-6.
I take back the 6-6.
I take back the 6-6. Okay.
Yeah. We'll move
Well,
on. Oh.
here is a very special man.
Oh,
Okay. Well, there goes
goodbye.
Joshua. Starting off his HPL journey back, with the toughest game in week 0 for him.
Yeah.
Alabama on the road in Bryant-Denny, then a home game versus Captain, and then a road game versus McCard before conference play opens up with Arizona State, road trip to Kansas, and then back-to-back home games in the year against the 2 Texas schools in the Big 12. You know,
This is a tough
ugh,
guy, I feel like, to project here.
I feel
'Cause,
like,
you know,
yeah, you have Dylan
yeah,
Raiola still, but other than that, not
yeah.
much talent left on the roster. 7 and
I mean,
5.
the offense is still good.
7 and 5 is who
89.
I'm going.
Oh. 7-5.
I think he gets UCLA. I think he gets beat by Arizona State and Kansas, and then he wins these last 2 to go 7 and 5.
Oh. 7-5
Yeah.
is kind of really rough. I think he loses to Bama. I mean, the Tennessee game. I think the Tennessee game for me will be telling. If he can beat Tennessee, then I think this kind of opens up the remainder. If we could just scroll down.
Who is this?
This is Jackson Altman. And if we can we scroll all the way down? I don't know where we get the 7-5 from. This is at worst.
I just told you where I got 7 and 5 from. Alabama, Tennessee, Arizona State, Kansas. Okay, I lied. 8 and 4.
Come on. Okay. I
He will
think
have one loss, or he will quit because he has 2.
This is
nine
true.
is-
I expect him to be out of the league after this Tennessee game
Yeah.
anyway. So
See, that's kind of why it was hard to project for me, right? Because, like, you know,
because
new
he'll
team,
probably
but-
say this game's terrible. I hate it. Like when he's playing DBJ, and then he'll get a cupcake win here, and then he'll get blown out here, and he'll quit the league again.
He won't get blown out, but if, then he'll quit.
Oh, I forgot about that. Do we? Never mind. We can talk about this later. But I think I see 9-3. I see 10-2. Loss against Bama, then a loss against
Getting-
either Tennessee or Arizona State.
I'm saying 9-3.
All right. Electric, are you?
Oh, we here all right. 9-3.
All right. And since Unk's here now,
1 loss, but if he does happen to lose to Tennessee, then he'll be out. So,
all right. North
I
Carolina.
mean, did he choose Nebraska because he thinks they're good, or because he knows the Big 12 is a softer conference?
I think
Well,
it
no,
was a
he picked
combination
Nebraska.
of both.
He picked Nebraska not knowing he was going to get transferred to the Big 12.
I think he tried to slide into the Big Ten, and
He thought he was going to be in the Big 10.
yeah, so that's what you get. Luckily, you don't get paid for thinking. He's not that smart anyway.
So he picked Nebraska for Dylan Raiola.
North Carolina.
Shots fired.
Mr. Williams had a 7-6 year last time out. Home games against Tennessee and USC to open up the year, chance to make a statement. Then a game against Michigan on the road, home against Auburn. I think he's gonna be right where he was last year. I think another 7-5 for Williams.
Well, I said
This
Ty was
is
gonna
rough.
win one
Yeah.
user game, and I think this unfortunately might be it. I think he's probably gonna lose the first two as well. Scroll down. Auburn, I don't I don't think so. I think he can beat Duke. I just have a weird feeling about
Yeah.
that rivalry game, so I guess that's
On the
what,
road.
6-6?
How weird of a feeling.
I think they're gonna win it, I guess.
All right. Joshy?
I'm gonna say 6-6. I think he loses Tennessee, USC, Michigan, Auburn, Clemson, and then I feel like with John Anthony there might just be a CPU loss somewhere. 6-6. Brink?
Oh, Brink.
I think he has a better start than y'all think. And no offense to Joker, but Williams is good at defending certain offenses, especially ones that are short passing routes and whatnot. And Joker, you tend to run a lot of RPOs. I don't see Ty beating him whatsoever because Mr. Williams is a ball hog, controls that clock, and there's no way Ty will not get frustrated against him. So I think it's a pretty fast start, but as he gets through the season, might get a CPU loss, one or two. Probably loses to Auburn if you want to go down a little bit there for me, please. And yeah, Clemson's a loss. Duke, yeah, I think he wins Duke, but that Auburn and I see NC State as a tough matchup for him against the AI, just because NC State for some reason this game always seems to play well, no matter what their overall is against ACC teams, especially. So over 500, but barely.
Is Electric gonna comment?
Okay, no, we'll move on.
All right, his give a damn
Yeah,
broke.
move on. 6-6.
Notre Dame.
We're done with
What?
the Miami user for tonight. Thank you.
Okay.
And then, unfortunately,
Six and
when it comes to Notre Dame's schedule, he has so many protections and things that we cannot adjust. So
So just Mickey, right?
So he got
This
Arkansas to
is
start
Mickey.
off, home game versus Penn State,
Oh
I'm sorry,
my
I don't know who Notre
goodness.
the
Dame is.
Bama game week 11, and then the
So we tried
Georgia
to-
Law is
we
in
tried
on
to make
rivalry
this
week.
difficult, but
Is this
unfortunately,
Andrew?
this is Gary Vladimir GT.
Oh, it's Latimer. Okay.
Unfortunately, this is a 10-2, maybe a 9-3.
I
Who
have
makes the
him
playoff?
at 9-3. I think he misses the playoffs. Penn State, Bama, USC are his losses.
Yep, I agree with Caleb. I think those are his 3 losses too.
I think he loses to Arkansas. Probably close versus Penn State. It can go either way. Close with USC can go either way, but we'll lose to Alabama, I'm sure. And might even get a CPU loss thrown in there just because, we are on Heisman. It happens. So 3 losses, maybe 4, probably 3.
Okay. Who's left? Joker, did you give your call?
9-3.
All right. Ohio State.
10-2.
Ohio State has a home game against Auburn to start the season off, and then a home game against Texas.
We
And
might
then
have some developing stories about this user.
Yeah, there's some things going on behind the scenes. Another scandal in Columbus. What's new? They're good at them. And then starting off Big Ten play with a road trip to the Coliseum, and then home game versus Oregon, home game versus UCLA. Captain Dead Dad returns home. The program he often runs into the ground, and then tie in Michigan and home to end off the year. I think an emotionally charged Auburn team comes into Columbus and beats him.
Mm-hmm.
and then I think an emotionally charged Texas team comes into Columbus and beats him,
Mm-hmm.
and I think an emotionally charged USC team defends their house and beats him,
Mm-hmm.
and I think that might be all she does it. But if he does thug it out, I think we're sitting at an 8-4.
And 4. I agree.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say too.
Oh, I'm getting a voice chat now.
Uh-oh.
Honestly,
Do
don't
you
know
do
much
you
about this user,
do you
but
care to play it out loud? Would he dare?
No,
Oh.
he's in this party.
Oh. Okay. Um so did Brink give his call?
I mean, I'll go with y'all. I don't really know much about him.
All right. Oklahoma and Hex abandoning his beloved Colorado
Excuse me.
Buffaloes for the Plains and the Tornadoes of Oklahoma. Road game against Washington week 1, and then a home game
Oh,
against Arizona State. The Cotton Bowl Red River Showdown to Texas, and then trip to Michigan Stadium, Ann Arbor.
we
And
have
then
a
a
special
road game
request.
against Arkansas, and a finish off the road game at, oh my gosh, well,
He
we've
has
screwed up
5 road
Oklahoma's schedule
games in a row.
because LSU, if you remember at the start of the stream, we flipped this
Yeah.
game because it was looking bad for LSU's schedule.
You know, it's looking
But
bad for Oklahoma's.
you
How
know
many
what?
total
We're gonna
road
say
games?
this. We're gonna do this right now. I'm telling Siri to flip a coin. Heads, OU gets
Alright.
home. Tails, LSU gets home.
Well, how many home games does
You should have
Oklahoma
did this
have?
before. Get a grip.
Wait, I'm confused on what's the problem.
Heads, OU gets home like it was originally. I'm
They
Oh,
sorry,
both had
Zmog.
He only
5
has
straight
4
road
home
games at
games
the
on
end of the
his schedule.
season.
oh no.
Anyways, um, I think with all that aside, I think he sits at um 9-3, and a loss to LSU at the end of the season puts him at the playoffs.
Mm.
Oh, I think it's worse than
Yeah.
that.
Who's Washington?
Shake.
Like,
Remember that was the game last year where Shake was
Oh.
up 21 in the fourth quarter, and Hex came all the way back to win in overtime.
There's some definite motivation there, and it's at Husky Stadium.
Mm-hmm.
That's interesting. I think, yeah, you know what? We'll give Shake a win there. Arizona State. I think Arizona State wins that game. I think.
Oh,
Yeah, I believe in Slick. Texas, big game. I think Hex knocks Texas off. I think he handles Arkansas and Michigan. What's the last one again? LSU, and then I think he drops LSU. So I
that
think,
LSU game
yeah,
is gonna be the decider for either one of those teams
it
to
could
make
be.
or miss the playoffs.
That's a good call.
probably.
I want to say 9-3.
Electric.
9-3.
And then
Actually,
this is
no, 8-4. Or 7-5. One of those. But I
you
got eight
see.
and four.
Just indecisive, like a woman, right?
I don't understand.
Talk to women. Let's move to the next
Okay.
category.
I didn't even give mine, but I'm gonna say
Oh,
8 and
Brink.
4
I forgot about you. I'm sorry.
because I think he's gonna lose some of these road games that are just gonna be tough on him,
Don't
especially the
forget
Uber
about
ones.
Yeah, I'm gonna say 9-3. I think. I think he beats Shake in this first game. I think Hex with a good QB. I think he loses Arizona State and Texas, and then I think he loses one more game. I think he loses the LSU game to end it.
All right,
Okay.
Okay.
Oregon.
The
Winless.
Clemson. They want the Clemson Tigers. They did not get the Clemson Tigers.
Yeah, I think that's unfortunate. You know, they really just weren't on our
99
level.
overall
FCS Northwest.
This
Yeah.
week 0 matchup's quite,
Yeah,
Fruitful.
there was a
attractive.
lot of trash talk between the two about Georgia being an RPO merchant, so we'll see how much that's utilized in this game here. Road against LSU, and then pretty easy schedule from there, honestly. I'm gonna go 11-1. with a loss to the Tigers.
I think they go 0-2 and then run the table.
Can we scroll down? I want to see the back half
This
of the
could very well
schedule.
be
There's
undefeated
still
just because
not-
of.
Oh, this is 10-2, and I think they represent the Big 10 in a title game. I'm not sure who they'll face, but I think this is at least 10-2.
What were his 3 losses last year?
I believe he
Anybody
played. Who did he play?
Because I only lost 14-7.
I'm not sure who he played. Turf's probably watching. He can probably answer that.
Or maybe 28-21.
Oh, I know he's
I know he
watching.
played some SEC teams, but
I'm saying he goes undefeated.
I think he went 10-2 and then lost in the playoffs against DBJ. So he lost twice.
I think the schedule is very manageable. Offense obviously is extremely good, 99 overall. This is another team in the no excuses club. I think
Yeah.
obviously a lot's going to depend on those first 2 games, as we said, but I think he gets the job done in both those, and I think he runs the table all the way out.
Yeah.
Something I think he struggles on is getting pressure, because I've seen him play a bunch, and I don't know that Oregon has the defensive front. I think all their talent is in the back end of their defense. And I just have another question. Why are we playing FCS teams? I just don't understand why we have them on the schedule for users anywhere, let alone good teams like Oregon.
We're not gonna adjust the schedule live, and we're gonna do that. So it's App State,
Blame Brink. I'm just sick of hearing the old man
I mean,
bitch.
you have one too.
and we're
I think
and we're
stream it.
Actually,
Now we
you know
gotta
what?
stream it.
Right. You're right. So
And we're just gonna
we'll
make-
be unfair.
you might as well put Texas A&M on this,
Yeah, that's true.
right? But we're not gonna do that. We're not gonna make any adjustments to the schedule. And I'm gonna say
I'm just saying,
10-2.
I
Electric.
don't get why these teams are playing FCS teams. Like,
Shut up, Brain. Get a grip.
what's the
All right,
point?
8. I got him
Bring, get a
I
grip.
got him being
he's pretty
10 and
Mickey
2.
if you ask me.
Oh,
Alright.
Andy on the
Hey,
clouds.
hey, old man, yell at the clouds. Alright,
Making an observation.
I was gonna say, I feel like Turf, much like the Oregon Ducks in real life, put a really good regular season together, and then just fall flat on their face, or their bill, rather, since they're Ducks, in the first round of the playoffs. Stick to the program,
Kind of
right?
like Kansas State.
Oh, well, I mean, that certainly is a shot. Anybody else got anything before we make this too passive aggressive? Penn State.
Here we go.
Arbels, road game against UGA, and then home game versus Miami, road versus Notre Dame, home versus USC, home versus Michigan. I think this is a 10-2, 2 non-conference losses, and he's in the Big Ten title game.
Oh, yeah, good to see Arbels where he belongs, quite honestly.
He's been begging for this job since we started.
For a long time, and it's about damn time. And I think now that he's got his team, I think he is gonna have a really strong year. I think he drops the game against Miami and scroll all the way down. Oh no, that's a home game. I'm gonna take a step back. I was gonna get way too excited, but I'm gonna say 11-1.
All right.
I'm kind of with you. Maybe 2 losses, but I think 11-1's on the table.
He might lose that first game against Georgia, and I'm not sure he loses one after that.
I mean, if Georgia loses to Oregon and then has to play Arbels and loses 0-2, I don't know.
Yeah.
Joker?
But I don't think he loses to Oregon. Just saying.
Yeah, I mean, I think this is actually a tough schedule, but I think he's gonna go 10-2. I think he loses to Georgia, and then he loses to Miami. I'm not too sure if there's any other. If you can scroll down. Yeah, 10-2.
Buffalo.
Yeah, a little
Brink,
personal.
you got a problem with Buffalo?
I don't have a problem with Buffalo. It's a fine town.
All right. Electric, are you giving your prediction?
Yeah,
No.
I'm in here. Give me 10-2.
All right. South Carolina, Steelers boy, loses a lot of talent, keeps Lenore Sellers. So home game against Arkansas, road game against Georgia, home versus LSU, road versus Tennessee, road versus Florida, road versus Clemson. I think this is 7-5.
Yeah, I think
Oh.
Steelers is. Oh, interesting. I think Steelers is kind of an underrated user. He's probably better than people give him credit for. Looks like their defense is pretty solid here. I think they're able to get past Arkansas in that Week 1 game. I think Georgia and LSU will be tough, and then we scroll down one more time.
Lenore Sellers still in this
Tennessee,
game.
Florida, Clemson. Yeah, that's
That's
a
where
tough,
the
but
all on the road.
we also have to remember, there's a chance Pablo's not here for that, or not here mentally for that. I'm gonna
That
give
far?
him. I'm gonna say 8-4.
Okay. I mean, we need to scroll back up because I think these bottom 3 losses. Oh, I think it's 7-5. There's no disrespect, but
But okay, so
The man can't
Georgia,
play.
LSU, and then those bottom
3
three.
user
was good.
games.
That was a good
Yeah,
little
they're all tough. You don't think he can win one of
Nat
them?
sound.
I mean,
Shout out to my
he went
broadcast
back and
people.
forth with Clemson in the final game of last year, but for me, what's his best chance of winning out of those 5 games? Tennessee?
This LSU test, right? Last year, he's
They
sitting
were
like
close.
number
That was a good
5,
game.
number 6 in the country, loses to LSU at home, and that kind of also, well, the loss at Clemson was, or loss versus Clemson was what did him in. He wins that LSU game, he's sitting in the playoff. So that LSU
Yeah.
game, another chance to get him at home again for some reason. So we'll see what they can do with it. If they beat LSU, I think they're sitting pretty. If they don't, then I think it's time to, sit on the porch and reflect on the career that was.
Right? Mr. Faison right in the top right corner. I didn't even know that was your name.
We're to South Carolina, and it took you that long to realize it.
I haven't. Brink, did you get your...
Yeah, bro. A little get the balls right from
No,
Ohio
I think
State.
I think his 3 or 4 losses could end up with only 2. He's got a good offense. I don't know if not having he doesn't have Sellers anymore, right? He's gone.
He does
So
have
Sellers is
Sellers.
still there.
oh, he does. So then, yeah, I think 2 losses is realistic.
2?
Could end up with 1 or 2 more than that if some
Brink
games
is-
don't go his way.
Brink's high on the Cox this year.
This was
Yeah.
actually the only offense I struggled against last year.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that's
Electric?
interesting from a 4-8 guy to say that that's the only
We
offense.
Go
happy
back and
for
look at my
you.
He's
score.
pretty high on the Cox.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah. Drew, did you...
What's up,
so
gentlemen? How we doing?
Before we get to Electric, Drew, did you see Auburn's schedule?
Yeah,
On the
I was able
stream.
to catch the stream when I got off of work.
What are your thoughts on
and
the
saw my schedule.
season opener at Columbus?
Oh, that game is personal. It's
Mm.
very personal.
As I am told, it will be a
That
good
game
one.
is extremely personal.
emotionally
I'm just letting
charged
you know,
battle.
I'm just letting you know he's only beaten me 1 time in this game, and that's the only time he'll ever beat me in this game. And that was on a different dynasty. He had Clemson, I had Virginia Tech. We're not gonna talk about it though.
We have some dudes
know
with
that.
that.
Just
We
know
are
that was the
looking
only time
forward
he's
to
beaten me.
the Korean barbecue bowl, as it's being
And
dubbed for
mind
some
you,
reason.
yeah. And mind you, he what's it called? When I had Virginia Tech, they're like an 81 overall year 1, and Clemson was like a 91. So I was like, all right, cool. But whatever.
Hey,
I mean, Hale State did the same thing. He jumped ship from Mississippi State to Clemson, so.
yeah,
Electric?
I got the South Carolina Gamecocks
game
going
Cox.
10-2.
Stop it.
And surprise, surprise, Breaking Electric are high on the
Steelers, I
Cox. Surprise,
believe
surprise.
in you.
Yeah, fitting, right?
Head
Somebody-
coach from the Miami Hurricanes. Real quick,
Oh.
I'll give my prediction
Okay.
for this SEC South Carolina squad. I think respectfully, at best, he's going 8-4.
Yeah.
Those 4 user games, Arkansas, Georgia, LSU, and Showdown. Ooh, that Clemson game to finish it off. Ooh.
The
Yeah,
Palmetto.
I think bro could go 8-4 at best. I think like the worst, or which I don't know, the worst, which couldn't be the worst, 7-5.
All right.
Here we go.
Heredia,
Yes.
the
Here we
Syracuse
go.
Oh
Orange
my
Bowl.
goodness.
He was waiting.
0-12.
I don't think 0-12. I think he does beat Captain. I think he beats Brink.
That's gonna be. There's some personal games in here.
I think
Oh, he
two
will
and
not be- he
I
will
think he's
not be
sitting
winning
2-0,
against
and
Birmingham.
then a loss, a loss, a loss, a loss. I got the
7-5?
orange at 8-4 here. I think that this is going to be a
Okay.
Syracuse, also another team in contention for a trip to the Pop-Tart Bowl.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm looking at 5-7.
All right,
0-12.
0-12.
He gets a CPU win.
What is
FCS
the
Northwest is on there.
I want to know about what's these personally charged games here for the head coach of the Orange.
I mean, I think there's always just a little bit more. The chips just get pushed a little bit further towards the center of the table when it's
When you're wrong,
Heredia
no father,
and
right?
That is true.
Captain Dead Dad. Brink, that might be a toilet bowl. That might be 6-3, 9-6.
That might to be 6-3.
And I just love it. And I just think I think this is 6-6, perfectly down the middle.
As all things should be.
Wow. What do you think Heredia's record would be if we gave him the 99 across the board Georgia team this season?
6-6.
Probably about the same.
With this schedule, I definitely think
With this
maybe
schedule, if he had a 99
8.
team, I think he
9
goes.
and
I think he goes
10-2.
10-2.
Yeah.
4-8.
I mean,
Which
he
just
might
shows
enter
you
the game
how
against Clemson 0-3.
lucky Mason is to have that team.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say, yeah, I'm gonna say 4-8.
Oh, wow.
All right.
Did we miss anyone?
Nope.
I mean, I think it's
All right.
6-6.
Well, we added this man to the party behind all y'all's backs about 3 teams ago, and he's been sitting
Yeah.
patiently in the party waiting. Fresh off of a birthday, it is Michael Ackard and the Tennessee Volunteers, and we are getting
This is
copyrighted.
Copyrighted.
We are copyrighted. Wish that he
We are
was on
copyrighted, yes.
old Rocky
Dear
Top.
God, man, let's not get copyrighted.
Shout out to
Amen.
Mississippi
Can we
State's
pause
women's
the
soccer team
video?
for taking down number 1
Can we
Tennessee.
pause the video?
And we have
the stream's gonna be for nothing.
yeah.
We're just letting the music
Okay.
play.
Yeah.
No, it's
copyrighted
playing.
song. It's
No, let
playing.
it keep playing.
Yeah.
0-12.
Tennessee, a school that is very
Shut up,
deeply
small
rooted
bird.
in tradition and hatred for others. Another thing that's rooted in tradition is that offense that they just won't seem to go away from. That I think holds them back from a lot of games, but that's my personal opinion. Here we have the schedule: a road trip to Chapel
don't know.
Hill, the has-been versus the never was in the basketball world at least. And then speaking of has-been versus never was, Nebraska versus Tennessee week 2. Talk about the programs, not the players. And then a cupcake week 3, and then a long road trip out to the Sailgate Bowl is what it's being dubbed. Both of these teams tailgate on boats. Fun little fact for you. And then you hit a stretch of SEC play where you play South Carolina at home and then back-to-back road games at Texas, at Georgia. As far as prediction, I think he is undefeated. Drops these 2, goes 10-2, and barely sneaks into the playoffs. But I will let the coach himself talk through it now.
Well, we got a QB. That's the most important thing. The offense has been changed.
Do we have a kicker?
The offense has been changed. We've made some changes.
Yeah.
Secondary is elite. Run game should be better. We'll see how it goes. We got one prediction and one prediction only, though. The Tennessee Volunteers will be beating that Georgia Bulldog ass when it comes to it.
Doesn't care about any other game. Don't care how we get there.
1-11.
Don't matter. We
One
will be
win
winning in
versus-
Sanford Stadium. We will be winning.
Kind of bold
Okay.
to call your shot against a guy who you haven't been able to beat with some
And
down
I think
squads.
the last time you
gets a
guys
99
played, you
overall
lost
team.
by 38.
A
playing
blind
Alabama
squirrel
is kinda
finds a
crazy.
nut every once in a while.
This is a personal demon, much like it's a personal demon for Tennessee in real life right now.
It really is.
They just cannot seem
We
to
gotta-
beat Georgia in any facet of when it comes to the
We're going to
gridiron.
pull out the Mickey.
When it comes to
That's all
real
we gotta
life
do.
or
We're
virtual.
going to be the meekiest as we can be. It's a weird non-conference, though. We got to scroll back up to the non-conference because I was not expecting. I can see Nebraska because of Jackson, but North Carolina, okay. Texas Tech and Washington, those are out there a little bit.
Good road
Yeah.
trips for the Vols, maybe.
Who is Texas Tech and
That
Washington?
is Kluka
Kluka.
and Shake.
Oh, Kluka and Shake. Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
To dodge the tortillas.
What does everyone else think about this schedule? KU?
I think honestly those first four users, I could very well see him going 4-0 against all of them.
Yeah.
I think down the road, obviously, there's some challenges. I feel pretty good about saying 10-2.
Oh, so you think he beats Jackson and then loses the Texas Georgia back to back?
I think he loses 2 of those last 3. Not sure
Okay.
which ones, but
I'll go 9-3. I think he splits Jackson and Shake, and then obviously loses to Texas and Georgia. But that's playoffs, right? He made it. I think he didn't make it last year because of the whole Texas A&M game.
Yeah, keep in
Yeah.
mind, Texas A&M's head coach is in the party. The man who caused you to have to place DBJ and lose your playoff ranking. Any thoughts on that
Unintentional consequence.
at all?
I'm more mad at the Texas user for letting the old man beat him for some reason when he's the worst user in the league. It made no sense, but it is what it is.
Okay.
Well,
okay, yeah.
you know,
Okay.
speaking of old man, McCard turned 55 the other day, so he's having
surpassed me.
a
Nice.
grand old time.
A Toyota one at his home track. Yeah.
Toyota won at his home track and shouted
Yeah.
out Charlie Kirk in his post-race interview. As Tennessee missed a field goal to beat Georgia. Happy
It was a
birthday,
bad
McCord.
weekend. Yeah,
Happy birthday.
It wasn't the greatest weekend, but beer made up for it. So
What do you think
win
is
some, lose
more?
some.
What do you think is more likely? Tennessee beating Georgia or a Denny Hamlin championship?
Oh, Tennessee beating Georgia for sure. Tennessee's
Alright.
beaten Georgia before. Hamlin hadn't won shit.
Okay.
All right.
Electric?
Oh, electric.
Yeah, I didn't get mine either.
11-1.
11-1. All right,
I
Brink.
think,
Brink?
with all due respect, he lost a couple of games in the last season that I think he agrees he should not have lost. And I think he has
Joker
a bit more
Bells.
motivation. Yeah, he has a bit more motivation this season to get her done.
You didn't
Like
mean
you
no
said
example.
earlier, I think there's a chance Nebraska is an AI game. Or it could be the user's last game, based on history. Despite
he
that,
did beat Jackson last year.
He
if
beat
he's
Jackson
going
so
to-
bad he retired him.
If his defense does hold up the way he says it will, and I tend to believe him. You know, I think undefeated is out there. I think it's possible. I don't know if it will
certainly out
happen.
there.
I think
Yeah, definitely in
I
the
think
air.
it's possible, but I think
It is
running
possible.
undefeated into that Georgia
I
game
mean,
is gonna
Ty could go
put pressure
undefeated
on
too.
him.
It's possible we're sitting here and we're partying like it's 1998 and T. Martin's behind the helm of this team.
You damn right now, Wilson. No
Possibly.
Lumberger.
Yeah, Mississippi State had that team beat.
I think Tennessee is
Damn shame.
nearly a member of the No Excuses Club, and if they are undefeated going into that Georgia game, sure as heck will be No Excuses Club.
Yeah.
I'm looking at 8-4.
Ooh.
Oh, you dirty bastard.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm looking at 8-4.
All right.
The first
I do
four
have an
games-
interesting
Like to be noted to
question.
respect that game.
He's
First,
salty about what
disrespect
And a
happened in
little,
Knoxville with
little
Auburn.
interesting
The
note.
first 4 games, I think he wins. And then, scroll down for me, please. Yeah, that stretch is tough, bro. I think out of one of those three user games, he probably beats South Carolina, loses to
What?
Texas, loses to Georgia.
I'm waiting for
Yeah.
where are the other?
I do have an interesting point. At what week do we think it's going to be? October 11th, October 12th, October 13th? Because we could start to see the landscape of this college football league change very quickly, depending on who's locked in and who is not.
We got a real game coming
So
up
about
soon.
week 8, week 9, week 10, maybe.
Yeah, playoffs.
I think we see right when teams are really starting to take their playoff ranking seriously. The bombshell will be dropped, and we'll see who can multitask and who can't.
We will be in the Jerry and Mate car. We can't confirm.
I don't think you can.
I don't think you can.
We are
I don't
confirming.
think you can confirm that. We can.
Here's a team. Let's
The
move on. We got kind
eyes of
Williams.
Texas are upon you, Mr.
Williams
Texas
has to go to bed
Longhorns.
soon.
Williams
Mr.
does have to
John
go to bed,
Anthony.
which means we have to get to week 0. So I'm going to speed
Yo,
this
Joker,
up.
I have
Texas,
an
in my
announcement. We can
opinion.
get a new user.
Oh, okay.
Oh?
Texas
Look in the admin chat of who I said.
has the toughest schedule, in my honest opinion, in the league.
I agree.
I'm going with an, emotionally charged Jules Shalah fight,
Just being
emotionally
taller than him.
charged, Korean barbecue fight, pool stick all in this, right? And then the
Oh yeah,
SEC
week 7,
schedule.
that's a Super Bowl.
That's a World Cup. That's
Week
a
7, that's the
Super
World,
Bowl.
that's the World Cup, the Super
Super
Bowl,
Bowl
the
right
World
there,
Series,
yep.
the Finals, Game 7.
That's game 7, yep. Mm-hmm.
All right,
Is that World
I'm
War
going
III?
to go with. I'm running a little calculation in my head. 9-3 for Texas,
Wow.
and a playoff berth. A well-earned
Texas
playoff berth.
Yeah, I mean the schedule is very tough. It's a tough one to, because they could really, there's so many good opponents here. They could not even be bowl eligible, quite honestly. I'm not going to go that far, but I think I have to say like 8-4 just to be safe. I just think it's a really tough slate of games.
A lot of tough road games. So I'm kind of
Yeah.
with KU on that.
Yeah.
Arch Manning, we know is trash, so
Yeah.
Anyone else?
Just scroll down. I think, unfortunately, I think USC will lose that game against Texas. But week 7, right? I think that has to be a game of the week. A one of one, right? You look, the will of the heavens, the calling upon gods. That Auburn
The
to
Jules
how many chips are going to be
Shalah
pushed?
fight.
a lot, right? Like, one of your favorites.
Oh,
One of your favorites, okay?
I don't know if favorites is a good word for it.
I think this is not. I think if he can beat one of Florida, Auburn, and Bama, he goes 10-2. Do you scroll down to week 12 and 13? Does he play? Yeah, I think this is 10-2. I think he beats one of Auburn, Alabama, and Florida. 10-2.
I'm looking at 9-3.
All right.
And I guess you just can't ever lose to the Auburn Tigers, can they?
No.
I'm
If you're
just looking
Texas.
at 9-3. I feel like that's a cupcake against FCS. I feel like Joker might drop that game to Neo. That Ohio State Texas game, I feel like Neo's winning that one. He's winning Ole Miss CPU game. That Florida game could be a trap game. I don't know too much about the Florida user. That Red River
Not very
shootout,
good.
I feel like Neo might pull that one off on the road. Week 7, again, that's the Super Bowl game, so you just have to wait and find out. I feel like he loses to DBJ on the road, beats Missouri, Florida State. That Tennessee-Texas game, I think he pulls that one off at the crib, and he wins his last CPU game against Houston.
Anyone else?
I got you. I'll save everything. Texas is going undefeated.
All right.
Can we please get a grip? We have a John
Well,
Anthony
a man
Warren
who
next
will
game.
not go undefeated. Breaker Hall. And the Texas A&M Aggies.
You can break down your own schedule.
Yeah,
live
break it
for
down
us.
for us. Break it down, Unc.
Actually, break down your team.
I
Brandon.
think we can definitely start 2-0. Not that they're going to be pushovers, but we understand who we're playing week 2 a little bit better. Shouldn't have lost that game last season, but we made some mistakes down the stretch, which let them catch back up. Tulane, who's Tulane? That is, I feel like I should know who
Saints
that
boy,
is.
right?
Saints boy.
His
Okay.
name's not
Saints
Eddie.
boy.
I don't know.
Oh, his name's not Eddie.
But look, anybody coming into College Station, it's going to be tough for them. One of the toughest places to play on the road for sure. We still have a solid defense. We're going to find out who our quarterback really is in week 0. So that'll be interesting. We still have some talent on this team. And yeah, 500. You know, we'll probably lose some tough games. They're out there, and maybe we'll get bowl eligible. That's our plan.
Okay. Now, to me, if you just look at the overall, you look at the conference, you look at the schedule,
No excuses.
this should be 10-2.
Should be. Should.
We've
However-
won all our AI games.
However, we've seen this song and dance before. I
will
would not
say,
be
we
surprised
played
if he
really
goes
good
7-5.
We played really good defense the entire season, and we figured it out even better at the end, which is why we beat Texas, because he could not move the ball down the field once we got through the first 2 drives.
Talk
So,
that
I mean,
ish,
I
coach.
think
Talk
some of
that
you
ish, coach.
I think some of
Let
you
him
are
know,
downplaying me a little
coach.
bit, but that's fine. I understand the history precedes itself, but we will.
Can we
all
switch
can do is prove
Brink's
y'all wrong.
FCS game?
He was
'Cause-
complaining.
I mean, if
Yeah,
you're not going to
that's
switch
not
everybody
right.
else's, why would you switch mine? I wouldn't. If you were doing everyone else's, I would be fine with it.
You know what, Brink? I think we're losing the Nebraska game, the Kansas game. I think we'll beat
I
Texas
mean, by
Tech.
then Nebraska might even be Nebraska. So
Yeah. I mean, I think you're gonna lose an AI game somewhere. And at Nebraska, that's
are we
tough to
playing
play.
Kentucky?
Are
In
we?
Arizona.
I mean, we only lost 1 AI game last season because we simmed defense the entire game, and that definitely wasn't on the table.
I think
What ended up
respectfully,
happening.
looking at this schedule, you know, judging off the record that he had last season, I think he
Tougher
takes a
conference.
step forward. Gets
Only
a little
lost to you
bit of
13-7.
improvement.
Remember?
I think he goes. I'm gonna say 7-5.
Yeah.
He had 4
Respect.
wins last year. I think he goes 7-5.
They can get him
All
back.
right. I think
Saying 6-6.
I'm saying 5-7, 0-6 in the users, and then I think he has a CPU loss in him, as per tradition. Maybe
I'm
this
trolling as
Midwest
usual.
game. I don't think I'm trolling. I think that's actually an upgrade.
KU
Compared to
legit
last
in both
season.
leagues. How many times have you beaten me? Once, maybe twice.
Okay, we do have to move. We still have a few teams
Yes.
left.
Okay.
We gotta kind of start putting a
Texas.
little
All
pep.
right. Yes. Texas Tech. 0-12. Never mind. I'm going 6-6.
Okay.
Anybody next?
6-6.
All right.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
I think he loses to
7-5.
Duke. I think OSG. I don't know what type of OSG we're gonna get, but we can just scroll down. I mean,
Did
7-5.
Pablo take everybody with him on his way out the door?
I think 7-5 is a
Is-
respectable answer for Kluka.
Is Tiger NASCAR still the OC at Texas Tech, or did he get moved
I think he
over
left
to
to Florida. I think he went to
Oh,
Florida.
okay. That makes sense.
Texas Tech. I'm looking at 7-5.
Okay.
All right. Well, since no one else is throwing numbers in the air,
I say 7-5.
I'm 6-6,
8-4.
7-5. I think that
all right.
offense is kinda
Tulane.
struggling.
I'm gonna be honest. This guy's not been playing his game. Saints boy, if you're watching,
3-9.
play your
Let's move
game.
on.
Yep. We're going 3-9, 4-8, 6-6, whatever. Just play your games, please. We miss you. UCLA, Captain Dead Dad. Truth be told, I think he quits the
0-12.
league after 2 games. Yeah, 0-12. I don't think he's
Loses
any
every
good.
game with Nico.
I don't think he's very
Wow.
good.
Now, unfortunately, we have to take off a Tennessee UCLA and Nico
Yeah.
return, but
Who
For
actually
some
is the
reason,
highest
for it.
rated quarterback in the game right now? in the
And
stats.
make it make
Wow.
sense. And he's the worst one in Power 4 in real
As a
life.
Nico user
This
in
is
a
also
different
true.
league, I'm here to tell you
That's
he's
insane.
entirely overrated.
I'm gonna
Yeah,
give
we're
him
looking
6
at
and 6.
Yeah, 6-6
we're
is
looking
nice.
at a 3-9.
Oh!
Wow.
He's not serious.
How does he do in Ohio State?
That's a mental game.
That's a shit bowl. I'll tell you that.
Wow.
That's a shit
Damn.
bowl.
Yo, he's cursing.
Yeah, that's just the $10
Joe,
fine
he's
for the YouTube channel.
cursing.
One for the
People
swear
are
jar.
team rating for this.
Okay. I think for the next team, I think Andrew should just break it down for us.
Alright, go ahead. Let's see what we got. Okay, here we
this
go.
Mickey.
USC.
Loss.
Here we go. We start off week 0 against Kansas, 0-1. Against North Carolina, maybe 1-1. Oh yeah, against Texas, 1-2. Against Auburn, 1-3. Against Ohio State, 1-4. Minnesota, 2-4. Rutgers, 3-4. Maryland, 4-4. Penn State, 4-5. Michigan, 5-5. Michigan State, 6-5. Notre Dame rivalry game, 6-6. Yeah, you're 6-6, buddy.
I'd hit on me too.
Ooh.
Damn.
I don't think he's that far off, to be honest.
Oh.
Right,
But
right.
we're gonna find out in about
I
25
think
minutes, aren't we?
Oh, we are playing tonight. Nice. Nice.
We are playing.
Yeah,
else?
I mean,
Although
Get
due
the
respect
game
to
out the
Joker,
way.
he has a particular style of play. His games tend to be pretty close. He could go 8-4. He could go 4-8. So I think 6-6 is kind of an appropriate prediction. But I think he could make a bowl for sure.
I mean, here we go. Coming in at rank number 14. Just barely squeezing into the playoffs last
Five-star
season.
program.
I think we can
Number
all,
4 recruiting
improve
class
on
in the
that.
country.
Coming in at an 89 overall, by the way.
Yeah,
Yeah.
A&M had the 5th. We forgot to mention that. But
is
yes,
he in the no
USC
excuses
was 4th.
club?
I believe this team, across the board is no excuses. But,
Yeah.
I gave the breakdown. USC's going 6-6.
Who's winning that first game?
Alright.
What's the score of the first game?
3-2.
I'm thinking about looking like a 24-17.
Flashback.
Hell State knows what I'm talking
What is it,
about.
Roy?
I just had flashbacks.
Will it be raining in
It will be raining, and I hope that. Well, California is always either on fire or in a drought, so hosting Kansas and bringing the rain, good job, good on them for positively impacting their environment. I'll give them some sympathy points. I'll give them 8-4. Anybody else got an opinion?
I got one.
What's yours?
I think
I think this is going to be a very tough schedule for the black man.
Bro, what away?
He got to show, he got to show his toughness in
I thought he was going to say
CFB.
undefeated.
No. He got to show
Under the
his
table.
toughness.
Party
This
like
is a-
it's
this is a true
2005.
This is a true black man, so you have to be serious about this.
True
one.
black man.
I give him. We got him having struggles through this whole season.
Mate, just say the record. We're one away. Say the record, mate.
The whining and crying. Alright, let me not say that. But I got USC. I got them going.
Say numbers.
I'm about to just move on.
I'm going
9
7-5.
Washington. Okay, Washington.
I got myself going 9-3 as well.
All right,
You're
Washington.
welcome.
Shake trying to get some bounce back from last season, the rough way it ended. I think it's
Oh, this
pretty
is
tough
actually
schedule.
tough.
I have him 2-0 to start.
I'll go 9-3 for the Huskies, borderline playoff team.
Yeah, I think there's losses against Oklahoma, Penn State, Tennessee, and Oregon. I'm gonna go 8-4.
Not knowing a damn thing about his actual roster, I think 7-5 is
I
kind of the
think,
best he's gonna do.
His floor is probably 8-4. Ceiling, I say 10-2 with the Big Ten championship game against Oregon.
Good pick. Electric.
Scroll up a bit.
Chico Hernandez.
I'm not gonna take long because I know y'all about to start yelling at me.
He said,
Give me
Bro, sounds like a
He's
microwave.
8-4. 8-4.
Okay.
8-4. Yeah.
Brink.
I already said
Did you
it.
say yours?
75
Okay.
is the best.
Do we miss anyone?
I think we are good.
Okay, so what we'll do now?
Go
Can
around the
we
horn. Give
advance?
national championship picks
Yes,
before we
national
do.
champions, national
I'm
championship.
sorry to be boring. I'm going Bama again, back to back.
Who's in the championship
Bama
game?
and me. Go around the
Bama and
horn.
Clemson. Okay, KU.
Why did you say that?
I'm saying Bama, Oregon, and Bama wins.
Oh,
Really?
Oregon in the national championship, please.
Okay. Blake.
Bama and Texas.
Oh, okay. McCard.
Clemson, Texas, Clemson's national championship.
Oh, be a
hell
different.
yeah.
I love it. Yes, come on.
Fun.
Andrew.
I'm saying Clemson, Bama, Natty. Yeah.
Okay.
Bama and Clemson.
Electric.
Oh, I have two.
Here we go.
Give me.
Bro, it sounds like a damn microwave right now. What you cooking, buddy?
Yo, Masopes, I got you today. I believe in you.
Christ almighty.
But not enough. I got Tennessee versus Bama in the national championship.
He's not even serious.
He's not serious, bro.
I'm serious, all right. Tennessee and Bama for the one and only, right?
Yeah, okay.
Hey,
Well-
prediction: Louisville is the most underperforming team this year.
I will go and say, I think we just get really, really toxic for all the marbles. Miami and Clemson for the championship.
Oh, that
I'm not gonna pick a
If that
winner.
happens,
I will not pick a winner.
Will be said on the live
Florida
stream.
could surprise some people, but that's your underdog.
All right, yeah. Sleeper team is Florida. Disappointing team. I think Miami's
do
gonna
sleeper and
suck.
disappointing.
4-8.
And then we'll wrap it up.
All right. Thank you all for tuning in to this long production. We're gonna have Week 0 football coming to you right now. I don't know if the game's gonna be live streamed. We have Tennessee, UNC getting ready to play. So
Yes, it will.
will force advance this week, and we will see you guys shortly.